Hello you beautiful people, Aaron here with another video. With Eula and Albedo's banner coming out in about 1 week, players have to decide whether they want to aim for either one of those characters or saving up for an upcoming character like Ito or a Ganyu rerun. I'm here to help you guys figure out what to do. For a TLDR, if you want the strongest character, save for Ganyu. If you want a dancing nuke queen with global damage, pull for Eula. If you want Ito or a supportive option, pull for Albedo. And if you like Geo, pull for Ito. Also, just pull who you like the most. This game is unreasonably being marketed to toddlers. Like, do you really think this decision matters? But first, I want to discuss saving for Ito real quick. Pulling for Ito is a really good option because you are guaranteed a full team with him. On his banner, you will get Goro, and you are guaranteed to have a shielder in Noelle. That's all you're going to need for him. He comes all set right out of the box, and it's glorious. So if you want the most bang for your buck, pull on Ito. Now, onto our two box art legendaries, Albedo and Eula. We'll start with Albedo. Albedo is a Geo sub DPS buffer who excels in off-field damage and working in every comp. He has permanent uptime of his skill and is able to generate a massive amount of particles for your team. He also grants mobility to your team with his skill and is very free-to-play friendly with his builds, as his best in slot weapons in order are the upcoming free R5 Cinnabar Spindle and the 3-star weapon Harbinger of Dawn. He also scales most off of defense, even more than crit damage in most situations, is able to use the artifacts that you have to feed into other artifacts, and is very unreliant on artifact sets to use him. The new Husk artifact set will change that for the most part, but he can generally function very well without it. He mostly requires level ups and talents and his own level to function. His most damage is also coming from his skill, so you can only level that up if you wish. He's a character that will not tremendously boost your account, but he will be there in every team comp to help you out when you don't have anyone else. The level of unneeded investment in him is also really nice, as it makes a poor man's Albedo practically equal to a rich man's Albedo. He's also very pretty. However, he isn't a master in anything really. You swap him in, use his skill, then swap him out. That's his gameplay. He focuses on raw damage output and only really works with Geo Resonance. He also doesn't benefit off of the elemental mastery boost he grants, as it only amplifies the shield strength from crystallized shards. Without his second constellation, he also has split scaling, meaning you usually have to go for a burst build or an elemental skill build without it. Generally though, his skill build is better. He also gets outclassed by other units very easily. His power is limited, so he will only really be that character that will be a filler character rather than a character that will complete a team comp. He used to not have a best team comp, but with Ito on the horizon, that will change too. In this patch, MiHoYo is granting Albedo an identity, so the guides you have seen in the past, while they still do hold up for the most part, they will be rendered inaccurate very soon. This patch is going to be a major buff for Albedo, and it's hard to comprehend what he will be like in the upcoming weeks. Eula is the complete opposite of Albedo. She is an on-field physical main DPS that has a best comp, but she relies on herself being heavily invested with specific artifacts and weapons. She helps support her own playstyle, but she also relies on other characters to help her out a lot. She requires a superconduct team and an energy battery for her, leaving a final slot open for her in a team comp. She deals major damage on field and requires on-field time to deal massive damage with her nuke. She also uses every part of her kit, unlike Albedo. For artifacts, she requires a 4-piece Pale Flame, but a 2-piece Pale Flame and 2-piece Bloodstained can also work. She requires a lot of crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, and energy recharge in her artifacts too, and her best weapons are all 5 stars, but she can use 4 stars pretty well. Even though she is very selfish in everything she does, Eula does that very well. She is, at the moment, the best physical damage dealer in the game, allowing you to be able to nuke everyone and everything with little effort. However, her requirements of having to rely on her supporting team and having to be highly invested in is a major downside, especially if you are without the resources required for her. In my opinion, her best team comp right now is a Raiden Shogun, a C6 Rosaria, and a C2 Jean, as they are all able to help each other out dramatically well. However, as you can see, there are a lot of 5 stars in this team, one requiring to be at C2 and the 4-star needing to be at C6 before giving Eula everything she needs. Rosaria can be run at C0, but every constellation Rosaria gets also either directly or indirectly buffs Eula. As a comparison, Hu Tao only needs a C0 Jing Shou and a C0 Zhongli to be at her peak when it comes to team comps, since getting more constellations variations on these two don't grant Hu Tao any extra benefit. For another comparison, Ayaka's best comp requires at the minimum a C0 Diona, C0 Mona, and a C0 Venti. Eula does have good free-to-play weapons too, but all of them are completely outclassed by the 5 stars she can use, which are all of them other than Redhorn Stone Thresher. In short, her peak compared to her minimum potential is extreme, especially when compared to Albedo. A quick guide for playing her is to go through your entire team's rotation, then go to Eula, tap her skill, then burst, then hold her skill, then smack until she nukes, then wait to build up enough energy to do that again. Compared to Albedo's ease of use, this is rocket science. Now that we have discussed the pros and cons of each character, which one should you choose? Again, the best one for your account is the one you like the most, because if you don't like playing them, then you're not going to, and then they will just be a waste of resources. But you should pick up Albedo if you want a 5-star, but can't invest in one, or you need a sub-DPS or buffing character. He also is a billion times better than Eula in the open world, where her kit is kind of useless other than bosses. Eula is best if you want a DPS character. It can be used in all content as nothing is immune to physical damage, so getting her and investing in her is a very good choice. On the other hand, Albedo struggles more as his skill can be destroyed in most boss arenas, and his skill, like the Raiden Shoguns, does not hit elemental shields like the ones of the Abyss mages. Eula works best in Spiral Abyss as she struggles less with energy and gets more use out of her burst. She's also great in boss fights as she can usually one-phase them instead of being shut down by some of them. However, there is a possibility that there's a character that just might be coming out next patch that just might contest Eula, so it's probably a good option to wait for leaks later on in the patch if you're looking to see who you like more. With all that wrapped up, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did or found it informative, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. But before I wish you guys off, I'd like to say one last thing.
Kazuma, I'm telling you, do it better.
Bye bye!